learning is always preceded by inspiration. This is the story of how a young boy was inspired to see the world with a sense of awe, as if it had been creatively designed just to bring him joy. In the summer of 2006, my family, who usually attended Disneyland during the summer as a form of vacation, went instead to the Monterey Bay Aquarium, a place I'd never been. I'm picking up the pieces. I'm trying out. What originally started out as a major bummer in my head ended up being one experience that propelled me toward a life of awe when looking at the ocean and the sentient beings that exist inside it. Beings so incredible and vast, like the great white shark that the aquarium was housing at the time. I remember thinking to myself how amazing it was that creatures with that amount of complexity and design were in our oceans today, and that I could see them that close. Is this the world you want? Our tour guide during our stay at the aquarium explained to us that the presence of the whales returning was an incredible miracle, since it was only about 50 years earlier that, due to the Cannery Row Company taking up residence in Monterey prior to that, had industrialized the ocean so much they believed all wildlife had ceased to exist and would never return. As a young reader and writer, I had yet to experience the joy of reading John Steinbeck, but I later learned that it was through his efforts in writing that many of the companies had to scale back the ways they abused the ocean. It was incredible to think that writing was a medium so powerful, and that when we were inspired by something so beautiful, we could use our talents to save wildlife and change the world. One of the things that I looked forward to so much potentially about pursuing an education in Monterey was attending the college there. I had heard so much mystery about what was underneath the bay, and when I learned that I could study in front of it all the time, I was incredibly compelled to one day attend there. Today, Monterey celebrates writers and activists like John Steinbeck for the work they did in trying to preserve our beautiful world. Thinking about the vastness of the ocean has always been a huge source of inspiration for me. And in a lot of ways, my experience in learning about the aquarium and the wildlife that existed there has propelled me toward a lifetime of pursuing my passions wherever they lead. One of the beautiful parts about learning is how a teacher can inspire students to pursue what they love further. For me, this was many people being patient and answering my questions when I arrived at this aquarium. It was later on in high school when teachers like Billy Jack Erdman encouraged me to go for an AP class when I didn't think I would go and make it or do well at all. The thing that I've learned from my experience is that learning is a lifelong process, one without an end.